Congratulations. Thank you. How does that feel?
Really good, really good. I thought one of the best performances I think we've put collectively together for a long time. But I think it's been coming. We've been building and working on a lot of things against a team that overload, and they have lots of rotations and try and make things difficult and 1v1 and things like that. I think the boys, I'm sure the stats will show it, but they've limited them to really few entries into the final third, let alone shots on goal. It was a joy to watch. It was a joy to watch them. I thought the boys were brilliant.
I mean, you've been here long enough to realise you don't get patience in Glasgow, but I mean, the manager has screamed out, throughout the summer, so many changes. It was going to take time. Yeah. You can see the seeds. You can see the defence in front of you tonight. There's so many players missing as well.
I think that's look. We don't want to come back to Liverpool about it. We can say how well we've done tonight, which we have done. We deserve that, but we all know what this club's all about. We've then got to go and follow up on Sunday against Hibs. But the boys, even Nana coming in, he's a defender that can play anywhere across the back. To come in for Jeff Day, who's had a fantastic start to the season, and play as well as he did, and everyone else, we can't really single anyone out. I thought the performance was brilliant, and that confidence has been growing. It's important that we build on it and we keep pushing. How special it is in front of our fans.
I was going to say it's special. It can be difficult as we saw after the Celtic defeat. Yeah. I mean, the captain has once again stood up and led by example. Yeah. He must be just such an inspiration to you guys. He never hides. He fronts up.
He does, and that's Tav is something and someone that, as a captain of a football club, like this, it's not an easy thing to do. What he's done year on year, game on game, has come back through thick and thin, through really difficult performance, and we've seen and witnessed some of the things that he's been subject to. And that's part and parcel of being captain of this football club. But to come back and to keep doing what he does, to keep performing for us, to put the team on his shoulders with the penalties, with his play in general, and what he does around the team. I can only imagine what he has to deal with, on a daily basis. But what he does is perform, and he keeps coming back, and he keeps helping us, and he keeps leading us. So that's
some people have criticised his ability to lead the team, but when you see what he comes through, what he has to face, and he's back out facing the fans. He's on television today. He fronts up all the time. I mean, in terms as a player, it must be an inspiration to follow.
It does, because for him, he lives it, and he's lived it for a long time. But it has to be like water off a duck's back. When you have those defeats, the worst thing you can do is follow it up with another defeat. What you have to do is you have to dust yourself down. You've got to go again, and that's what this football club's all about, and that's what Tav does. So for us to see that, for him to continue to be a smiley face in the changing room, continuing to set standards and continuing to push. If he was to go the other way with us, it then becomes very difficult for everybody else.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Through that period, was he still as strong as he's ever been? Even what he was going.
Yeah, Tav's a very unflappable character. You see very little change in him day to day. He knows what he's got to do. He knows the responsibility of wearing the badge, wearing the armband. If he was to come in days moping around, and it would bring everyone else down. So that's testament to him. And look, we've got to continue to support him. He's still going to have massive moments for this football club, and we've got huge ambitions for this season. He's always a huge part of that.
People talk about Rangers captains at certain times. You're probably get Richard Goss and Terry Richards, and people say, well, James at a different time. But does that get overlooked sometimes when you're somebody who plays every week, performs every week?
Yeah.
You don't have to be a ball on a shooter. There are different ways of leading, and he has his way.
Well, that's what being a team's all about, and everyone, even between us here, we're all different characters, we've all got different strengths, we've all got different ways of showing people what we're about, or leading. Some are more vocal, some like to put in knee-high challenges that you can't do anymore. But the game's changed and people change, and there is different characters, and there's 25 different characters that make up a change room. And what's important is you get the best out of yourself and you get the best out of everybody else. And it would be wrong for Tav to try and be someone that he's not and lose what he's capable of doing or what he can do. So I think as a captain, you've got to be true to yourself. You've got to lead in the way that you feel you can, and he certainly does that.
How good is Sunday going to be? You're back in front of a fully reopened Ibrox. It's a massive boost because the game's coming so early, midday kick-off after a game like
midday, so we're going to be back late tonight and an early kick-off of Sunday, but yeah, you can't expect too much at times. It's another game, you know. It's what we live for. It's the best job in the world. Play for this club. When it's like this, we've got games coming thick and fast, and you're winning. There's no better place. So we'll be excited for it, and a full Ibrox, and yeah, we all know there's no better place than that.
Brilliant. Thank you, Jack.